My pecs were smallest when my bench was largest. When I was benching 500 pounds, my pecs were probably 25 to 30% smaller than they are right now, than they ever were at my peak with 10% body fat and 21-inch arms. My pecs got bigger because I stopped focusing on just lifting the load. Now, here's the thing: as you get stronger, you should technically get bigger, right? But the thing about absolute strength, or a mistake a lot of us guys make, is that we start improving the technique. Okay, now the improvement in technique, there are two types of improvement in technique. One is an improvement in technique or internalized focus or locus of control, where you are able to load or stress the muscle more. That's an improvement in the skill of force production or the focus on straining and stressing the muscle. But there's an improvement in technique, which is about efficiency, okay? Or expending either less energy or the same energy over a shorter distance or doing less work. Now, since work is force into distance, okay, and force wasn't going up because you can't just get stronger like that unless you train for it specifically. So we would decrease the distance to move the biggest weights. And this is the mistake a lot of guys end up making, especially in bodybuilding, where they're trying to actually gain muscle, but they end up simply becoming biomechanically efficient, pushing, pulling machines. Now, that's great if you're powerlifting, if you're strength training, if your only goal is to put more weight on the bar. Okay, that's fine and dandy. I'm not against it. But you will be detracting from the specific loading that you're giving the muscle or feeding into the muscle. Okay, so if you can get overload going without necessarily becoming more efficient, okay, or one of the ways of overloading is to decrease efficiency, but that's another video and post, then you will actually grow more muscle, because the idea in bodybuilding is to stress and strain the muscle. Okay, however way that is achieved will cause growth. That could be achieved by doing more reps with the same weight, or pushing more weight, but not at less distance, at the same distance, doing more sets, increasing overall work capacity, playing with the tempo. All these things can influence it. Even like better concentration, where you're able to more deeply focus on the internal aspect of the contraction, not the external aspect of the contraction, which is to move the weight. Okay, so guys, just be sure you're not simply creating more efficiency by getting better at doing less work. Okay, you want to actually improve. You'll improve the physique if you actually end up somehow doing more work and then adapting to that.